We're gonna comp houses in Florida, which has some pretty specific parameters that you need to know if you're gonna do deals there. Check it out. Hi guys, my name is Jamil Damji, and I am the self-appointed king of wholesale, and I'm going to show you guys today some of the nuances of comping properties in Florida. Florida is an incredibly hot market right now. There are so many people moving from New York, New Jersey, all of the Northeast actually, and coming into Florida. There's also people from California moving into Florida because they are leaving politics and they are going into a place that's more business friendly and more landlord friendly. I'm not going to get into the political discussion about that, but there's just migration happening. So Florida is one of these markets with a lot of migration. Tampa is one of the hottest markets in the United States, alongside Jacksonville, Orlando, and Miami. So many wholesalers and real estate investors are flocking to the state of Florida so that they can cash in on the awesomeness that's going on there. Now, as a wholesaler, you're going to want to understand how to comp properties in this beautiful state, because there are specific things that are different and that you need to pay attention to. One of those being, what is the property made out of? Is this property built with block? Is it built with wood? And for a place that is prone to extreme weather, hurricanes, cyclones, you name it, you need to know what the building material of that property is, because at the end of the day, wood houses are worth less. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at 3 properties, and I'm going to put the address up. I'm gonna show you exactly the parameters that I'm using to find the ARV, and I am going to do that in a relatively short amount of time. What I would highly suggest you do is watch this whole video to the end and then come back to it. And what you can do is you can pause when you see the address and then go and try it for yourself. And if you wanna know what software I'm using, I am using Privy to comp. It is my favorite software for comping. And if you wanna try out Privy, you can go to www.runprivy.com. That's runprivy.com. Use code Jamil, Jamil, and you will get an incredible discount. They also have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you do download the software and then while you're comping during the month, you just decide that you're just too dumb to do this, you can get your money back. Let's get to it. All right, so this first deal is in Apopka, Florida. So I'm gonna put the address in here. You can see there's a little field for it, 414 West Ella, under my umbrella, Ella, I'm sorry, I won't do that anymore. Ella J. Gilmore Street in Apopka, Florida. There we go. All right, ooh, okay, this is an on-market opportunity, and it is pending. So obviously somebody has put this under contract, a wholesaler has this, and they are going to wholesale this or attempt to. Actually, I think Astro Flipping student got this under contract and then used my company KeyGlee to dispo it, and I'm pretty sure we got this one sold for a good profit, but let's just pretend that didn't happen. We'll see if this is actually a good deal. So we've got a 4-bed, 1-bath, 1365 square foot single family resident that is single story, built in 1970 on an 8,880 square foot lot. Now we're gonna look at some of the details here and we can just see what we have. We have a block home. So guys, this is really important, and a good real estate agent is gonna tell us in the description if the house is wood frame or block, because they know that in Florida, it's really important to know if you've got a block house. The houses, they are worth a little bit more money. So if you've got a wood frame house, you typically need to take 15% off of your ARV. It's a really important thing to note, guys. So they've also said that it's a great investor opportunity and it has a long-term tenant in place through 2024. What a great opportunity for an investor to just come in, buy it, and set it and forget it, collect rent, and be on with your life. So I go to comparables, and now I'm just gonna go to my settings here and change them to all activity because it gives me more data, and then I'm gonna hit save. Boom, look at that. So zooming in, here is our subject house, 215,000, and we've got a close at 263. Let's see this. So we've got a 3.2, 1520 square feet, so it's a little bit larger, but it's got one more bathroom and one less bed, or one, one less bedroom, one more bathroom, and it doesn't really look upgraded, right? This looks super, super dated. So I don't think that this is a renovated comp, so we're gonna keep looking. And because that was at 263, I feel like I gotta get an even, oh, I think there's my suckers right here. What's this 375? Oh, but this is built in 2022, so this is not viable for me either. Let's check out this 277. We got a 3.2 1,066 square feet, so this is smaller than my home. And let's look inside. This would not consider renovated, but it is rent ready, so I'm still looking for a more renovated house. This is a 2023 build, so that's not going to work. And this 277 might be the best that I've got. So yeah, it looks like it is. Okay, so the 277 is the best that I can find. So I'm going to need to do some extrapolations on this, right? So what do I mean by extrapolations or adjustments? Well, this house is, gosh, it's 300 square feet smaller, which is on the cusp for me. I don't like that. Usually I don't like to be more than 250 square feet outside, but like there's just nothing else for me to compare here, right? There really isn't. Dang. Okay. So I'm going to do some adjusting. This is going to mean that my comp is going to be a little less accurate. So I just want to let you guys know that. Okay. So first and foremost, I want to find out the dollar per square foot that this sold at. Because again, this isn't even a renovated comp. So it's a little bit, sketchy in that regard, but let's just see. So, okay. So here we're going to look at this 277 right there. All right. So we're going to take 277,000, divide that by 1,066 square feet. That gives me $260-ish a square foot. And I'm going to multiply that by 1365 on my square footage, which gets me to about 354. That is way too high. Way too high. That's why you can't just use the dollar per square foot methodology here. In my opinion, I just think that that's irresponsible. So I'm gonna make an adjustment myself here, okay? Right out the gate, I'm gonna take 10% off of that because I just don't buy that. I don't think that that's viable, but there's just nothing else for us to use. So 10% of 354 is 35,000. So 354 minus 35,000 gets me to about 319. Now I got to make adjustments for the bath. So I'm missing a bath. So I'm going to take 10K off, but I have an extra bedroom. So that's adding 10K. So I would call that a wash. Okay. The other thing that I want to pay attention to here is that we have a 1985 build on our comp and my house is a 1970. So that's a different build generation by a little bit. So I'm going to make another adjustment for that. I'm going to adjust down because my house is older, meaning that there's just probably more wear on the roof, maybe more wear on the plumbing and the electrical. So I'm going to take another $10,000 off for that. And that's going to get me to a 309,000 ARV. Now, if 309,000 is my ARV, this is actually not bad at 215, but my hope is that they got this thing locked up around $200,000. So $200,000 is where I would lock this up with an ARV of around 310,000. All right, guys, moving on. First, I just wanted to point out things aren't always going to be exact, right? You got to see we had to make some adjustments in here. We kind of had to fool around to really understand what the value could be. But I need you to also note that 310 or 309 ARV, it is not super accurate, right? Because we didn't have a model match. We had a lot of adjustments we needed to make. So take that with a grain of salt. When you are marketing this out to your buyers, you may get some pushback, but if you have a strong argument, I believe you can still sell this. And I think that we do have some good value here. All right, moving on to the next property. We've got one in Sarasota, Florida, and the address is 2652 26th Street in Sarasota, Florida. All right. Another on-market. Who says you can't wholesale on-market deals, right? They're crazy. All right. So we've got a 2-bed, 1-bath, 966 square foot, single-story house. And let's look at some photos here. Man, this thing is rough, like a dog. Okay. Gosh, man. All right, this house needs a full gut remodel. Let's see if we can find out if this is block or if it is wood frame. So property features over here, we're looking at, they're not telling us anything there. So I'm gonna continue looking to see if I can find any more So construction materials, wood siding. Okay, so I almost feel like that's an indication that this is a wood frame house. So we gotta pay attention to that. Okay, I'm gonna keep looking here. Is there any more details? Any more details? I love preview for this. It gives us so much. But yeah, I think we're gonna assume that this is a wood frame house based off of them saying that it was wood siding over there. Okay, so I think this is a wood frame house. So we gotta keep that in mind when we're looking at our comps. So cool. Going to the comparables. We're gonna make our adjustments like we would normally. I'm gonna click all here, yes, and I'm going to save that. And boom, there we go, more data. Here's our subject, and oh my gosh, there are some comps. So let's take a look at this 255. So here we got a 255, 1,098 square feet. So this is within the 250 square feet differential, so this could be viable. It's got an extra bedroom. 76, oh my gosh, we have a 3,200 square foot lot. This is 7,600 square foot lot, so we're gonna need to make some adjustments there. Built in 85, and we're built in 57, so completely different build generation. I'm gonna keep looking. I don't think that that's viable enough for us to use, so let's move on. Let's check out this 279. I love this one. 13, but it's 1,362 square feet, so it's way beyond my square footage differential. But let's look inside because this looks remodeled AF. And let's just see if this is also wood. Where can we find that? Looking in the property remarks. It doesn't say. Let's look in the property features. And we'll go down here to see if we can. Construction material, stucco wood frame. So this is a wood frame house. Amazing. Privy for the win again. We may need to use this one, guys, just because it lines up everywhere else, right? Like the lot's a little bigger, but it's a 50 build. It's just that it's 1,362 square feet. So I'm going to keep looking, but worst case scenario, we do have something there. Man, do you guys have as much fun as I have when comping houses? Like, I just feel like this is a puzzle, and like there's just so much coolness. Like you can really just like live in this world of comping, you know? Am I a nerd? I think so. Bobby, don't answer that question.
Yes.
What a jerk. All right, let's check out this. Oh my goodness, Becky, look at this butt. This is the one. 2-bed, 1-bath, 960 square foot, 1959 build. The only thing that we're really that's the real differential here is we've got a carport we got to pay attention to and adjust for. And we have a larger lot. But this, my friends, is the kids. Oh, and a pool. Okay. So let's just take a look at some of these photos. And looks renovated. Yes. Oh, I love it when a good plan comes together. So now we just got to make some adjustments. So we've got 290,000. Now our square footage is 966, and this is 960. So it's like within within 6 square feet. So I'm just going to say 290,000, and I'm going to start making the adjustments. Okay. So our subject has no parking. Okay. So I got to take off $5,000 for the carport. That takes me to 285. I'm going to take off another $5,000 for the double the lot size. That's going to take me down to 280. I don't think I need to make it. Oh, and the pool, I got to take off $10,000 for the pool. So that gets me to 270. So this house is available for 155. 270 is the ARV. I think this is going to be a full gut remodel. So I'd be wanting to pick this up around, I don't know, 55% of ARV. So seeing as how this was listed at 155, my buy number on this would probably be closer to 145, but I don't think that's enough of a gap between list price to contract price. So if I'm a wholesaler trying to get this thing under contract, I'm going to try to get this thing under contract around 125 to 130. Let's see what my team did. So my team is selling this for $139.9. So they probably did exactly what I just said. They probably got under contract for 125, maybe even 130, and we are trying to sell it for 139.9. So there we have it, guys. This is great. And the ARV that my team has is 290. Shame, 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 guys. You didn't make the adjustments. This is a 270 house, not a 290 house. But, everybody makes some errors sometimes, and I still love you, team, but we had to make some adjustments for the parking. We had to make some adjustments for the pool, and we had to make adjustments for the lot. On we go. Okay, so this next one is in Miami, and the address is 6633 Northwest 48th Street, Coral Springs, Florida. Here we go. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is an off market. There's not a lot of detail. It says 0 beds, 0 baths. I'm going to have to go to a different website to see if I can find, here we go, an external listing. So we're going to go check out Redfin. Redfin doesn't tell us how many beds and baths it is, but it estimates the property to be worth $600,000. So that's something to keep in mind. I'm going to copy and paste this, and I'm going to try Zillow, right? Because I need to know how many beds and baths this house is. Zillow.com. Guys, don't stop when you don't find all the information like right away. You gotta be resourceful, And now Zillow doesn't have it, so I'm going to go to Google. And then the worst case scenario is we're going to make some assumptions. I don't want to do that, but if we have to, that's what we'll do. Let's check Realtor.com. What does Realtor.com say? Doesn't tell us bed, bath. But it's 1861 square feet, right? So that's a good sign. That tells us it's a minimum of a 3.2. Minimum 3.2, but got excited there for a second. I thought this was it, but it's not. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to make some assumptions here. So I'm gonna assume a 3.2, which, so you guys know, that's gonna reduce the accuracy of my comp. So it is what it is. So we're gonna call it a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1861 square foot property that is a single family resident, single story, built in 1984. It has a 2-car garage sitting on an 8,705 square foot lot. Going to the property details, I need to know if this is, and there's nothing to tell me about, if it's wood or block. Now, guys, this is built in 1984. Tough, right? Because there's no information on this. Let's go to public record. See what we can find there. Oh, here we go. Boom! Concrete block. Yes! You did it, Jamil. Concrete. So we got a block house. Amazing. Thank you for being amazing, Privy. All right, let's go to the comps. So we're just going to change our settings the way we would. Click all and save. Bada bing, bada boom. Boom. All right, so zoom in. Here we go. Right next door, we have an active at 830. Let's just take a look at this. It's so much larger than our subject, so not at all usable, but interesting to see. Here's a 695. And this one looks really similar to us, but here is a 689.9. Look at this guy, under contract pending. Let's see if this one's been remodeled. Not like, I mean, somewhat, but not super duper remodeled. What else is here? Like, I think they could have done a little bit of a better job, you know what I mean? Just like, why you gotta make the house look so average? Let's check out this 690. Oh, that's the one. Okay. Well, what's this 840? Too big. What's this 750? Too new, too big. And let's just check out the 690. So the best comp that we have is this 689.9. It is within the same build generation, right? So our subject is built in 84. This one is built in 85. It has a much larger lot, so we're going to need to take that into consideration. It is a little bit larger in size, and it has a 4-2. And I'm thinking I've got a 3-2. I'm not going to make any adjustments on the beds for this specific house because I just don't know. So I'm going to assume it's either a 3 or a 4. We don't know, but I'm going to make an adjustment for the lot size. I'm going to make an adjustment for the pool, and I'm going to make an adjustment for the square footage. We following along? All right. So we've got 689,900 divided by 1924 square feet gives us $358 a square foot. Multiply that by our 1861 square feet of our subject. Gets me to 667,000. Now, I need to take off, I would say, because this is luxury, and so the lot size is really important in luxury. Like over 500,000, the lot actually has a big factor. And typically under 500,000, it's not so much, right? So in this specific instance, I'm going to say that for every 2,500 square feet of additional lot size, you probably got about $5,000 in value. So let's just call it 10 grand to be easy. So we're going to say 670,000 minus 10,000 for the lot minus another, and this is Florida, this is luxury, so I'm going to say 25 on the pool. And then I think that's it. And we've already adjusted for the square footage. So I'm going to call this one a 635 ARV. Okay, so now if I'm wanting to get this under contract in Florida, I probably want to be at about 60% of that. So I'm going to take that 635 and I'm going to multiply that by 0.6. And that means that I need to get this thing under contract somewhere around 400 grand for this to make sense. Let's see what my team did. So, man, okay. So I am obviously missing a comp here because my team says 750. God dang. What did I miss? So I'm going to keep looking. Oh, yeah. Well, that's active. It's not pending, but I can see where they're going with this. That's where it's trending, and that's it right here. See, man. I missed a comp. There it is right here. My team saw it. They found it. Let's look at the pictures. Son of a bee. Remodeled. Yep. That's it. All right, well, let's make the adjustments here, right? So 760 square feet, $760,000 sale price. They're a little bit larger, so I'm going to go 760 divided by 1979, and then I take that 384 and multiply that by the 1861 of our subject. And then it's got the same size lot. Does this even have a pool? No pool. No, it does have a pool. There's a pool. I don't know. I personally, I think that they are a little bit over on this one. I would take off another 25 for no pool. And so for me, I think that we're actually closer to about 690 on this one. So me and my team, we're a little bit off on this. Okay, I'm saying 690. They say 750. They obviously use this comp as their anchor, but they didn't make the adjustment. So it is what it is, guys. I call this one a 690 house. My team says 750. I don't know. We'll see what a buyer would say, but this is where it really gets important for you to make the proper adjustments, right? I think that it's always important to be conservative on your ARVs than overshooting, because your buyers are going to call you out on that kind of stuff. So I'm going to have a conversation with my team about this one. I'm going to get some justifications from them and understand, but this is how you run business. This is what you got to do, and you always got to keep yourself honest. Guys, I would love to do and run comps for you in your specific market. So if you have a market that you want to see me comp some properties in, because it's maybe got some specific nuances, or like in Florida, a concrete block house versus a wood frame house has a big difference. So if you'd like me to comp properties in your specific area, do me a favor and leave me a comment and tell me what market you would like to see me comp a property in. And if you haven't already done so, please like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one.